Hey guys, staff meeting today. I don't have a lot of all staff meetings. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get everybody that works for you to show up, and making it regular makes it less important to them, it feels like. Most of the time, anyways, in the environments I've been in. But it's a good time. It's been a few months. I just took over as a manager. We've had a couple of months since a tornado. So spent my morning putting together sort of the conversation that I want to kind of have. I don't usually like to have meetings that aren't interactive. One of my personal mantras is don't have a meeting that could be an email. And I mean it. The big deal really on this is making sure that the staff are included in some of the stuff and they understand where we're going as a team, so that they're not left out. So I like to ask questions of staff, give them time to offer some input. I don't like to offer a lot of time for public bitching. I feel like the complaints will come up anyways, and if we enable it 100%, it actually creates things to bitch about as opposed to solutions. So I like to do the primary, we'll call it core bitching, and then work with people on figuring out what now that we have symptoms, try to diagnose how to fix it, and that works a little better. So for us this time around, we have some fluctuating numbers, and we need to sort of teach staff. Now our staff particularly, we're in a food desert environment. Some of them have retail backgrounds here and there, but they don't have a full understanding of the little details that you normally would measure for sales. Like as a manager, you check things, and when you show people things, a lot of it goes right over the heads. And if you really want the team engaged, they have to understand what you're looking for. So we're gonna have a little talk about the importance of basket size and customer count as metrics, and how we can affect them, since we can't actually affect them by saying, hey, put more stuff in your basket, or where have you been, get in here. But we can by offering fantastic service. And so those are the kind of questions that I'm hoping that they'll be able to answer as we ask, okay, so how do we affect this? What is it that you do, or that you could be doing that'll help those numbers, naturally go up, and it's fantastic customer service. It's having enough stuff. It's not being dirty, gross place. It's all those things. It's the customer experience is what we're going to be going for, and how I'm going to summarize what we're after. I'll have opportunities to thank a couple of staff members. I'm real careful there, especially, in a thirsty for positive attention culture, which it looks like that's sometimes been the case. I want to make it a point at every meeting to thank everybody, but give some special thanks to a couple of people. In this particular case, our meat manager left about a month ago now. And yeah, almost a month, in a week, or less than a week, it'll be a month. And he really, he didn't spend a lot of time working with his associate to teach her much of the job. And so I am taking some time personally to work with her, and she's taking to it really well and actually performing better on the rest of her duties because she wants to do the job well, and she knows it means upward mobility and eventually better pay. So I really want to make sure the whole staff knows that they should be grateful that we have somebody who shows that kind of commitment, that wants to do better for themselves and for the store, and thank them. And also another staff member is getting some recognition for helping out in that department too. Not because they wouldn't normally be helpful, but this particular individual is actually a vegan, and showed up, popped his head into the meat room to ask if we need any help cutting or packaging meat, because they know we need the help and they want to make sure that we succeed. And that's a huge teamwork kind of thing. I've met very few people who are vegan who are willing to work in the meat room. So I was pretty grateful to have somebody who was really on board enough to want to be a part of that. My eyes are looking a little sleepy today. I better drink my coffee. So that's the beginning of the day today. Let's see, Wednesday, and then I'm going to spend most of my day cutting meat and training training our meat person to go from associate into cutter. And if it goes well, and if she feels like she still has aptitude, we'll go from hand cutting to bandsaw work, and we'll call her the butcher, and she'll learn more as we go. I'm gonna do a little shopping for a teacher, like I said, this week, to see who I can get to come in as a support person, so that she can get a little higher skill level training, because it's gonna take me a while to get above my level without any coaching. But I do believe that for the most part, most of the time, it's hard to get someone to be as good as you. So it's, especially if you're not a master of your craft. So I'd like to find somebody who is a master of that craft. So even if she isn't a master right away, she's learning from somebody who is faster and better and can set a higher standard than I can. We'll survive on my work, but I need someone else to show her. So anyways, that's the beginning of the day. I'll let you know how it goes at the end. Thanks.